friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. Today we are going to do a pick a card reading, and this pick a card reading is the winner of the last poll. So it's going to be the next 3 months. This is a timeless reading, so it's 3 months from whenever you are listening to this. We have 3 options today. Option number 1 is this card here that is called Black Diamond. Option number 2 is this other card, Freaking Beautiful. Option number 3 is Medicine Woman. So pause the video if you need to, ask yourself which pile or piles have a message for you, and let's do a reading breakdown so you know exactly what you can expect. All right, so let's talk about what is going to be covered in this specific reading. So we are going to start by doing an energy check, and that is going to confirm if your pile, the pile that you chose, is the right one for you, because it should give you more information as to where you are at as you are listening to the video. Then we are going to pick some cards for each month. Month 1, month 2, month 3. So again, this is a timeless reading. It is 3 months whenever you are watching this. So I'm not going to specifically name the months. It's just going to be month 1, month 2, month 3. We're going to be looking at themes and just anything that you need to know about the energy for those upcoming months. We are then going to get into career and finances for the next 3 months. We will look at love and relationships over the next 3 months. We will look at any changes that are coming your way over those next 3 months, as well as any opportunities over the next 3 months. And then we are going to close the reading out with advice, with just additional information that is meant for you. So if this sounds like something that you want to hear more about or something that is of interest for you, stay tuned. If this is where you leave me, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you come back for the next one. Let's jump into these readings. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Black Diamond card, and it says True Love is Eternal. This is the only card, as far as the options go, that had, if it'll stay up, that has more than one person, more than one figure on the card. This card is a part of your reading. We will get into the meaning of the card at the very end. For this reading, I did do a reading breakdown as usual. I highly suggest that you check that out just to see if this is a right fit for you. It is time-stamped below. Also, as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. So we are going to start by looking at your current energy and what is currently happening for you. Also, final reminder, this is supposed to be next 3 months. It's timeless, so it's going to be the next 3 months whenever you're watching this. But let's get started. Let's see what the current energy is coming up. We have the fish. We have the lion. Very interesting. And we have worthy. All right, so let's talk about the zodiac signs that are showing up here. With the fish, we have water represented, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. With the lion, we have fire being represented, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And with worthy, we have some earth energy being represented, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I like to mention the signs because I know that you all enjoy that. But if you are not one of those signs, it does not mean that the reading is not for you. It's just meant to give you additional confirmation. But let's talk about what is happening for you as you come to this reading. Because the fish and the lion are very interesting energies to have show up in the same reading, but also representing the same thing, which is your current energy. Because when we talk about the fish, we talk about restless energy. The fish is always swimming, the fish is always moving. That's what the fish does, right? And even in the images here, we see the polarity in these cards. We see the differences, right? We see it in the color, we see it in just the posture. Because the fish is moving. This is an action card. This is also more representing nighttime. It's darker, whereas the lion is sitting in all its glory. And it's also daytime. It's representing. So we have a little bit of all energies represented here. And I think this also speaks to your current energy and what you may be feeling. So it could be that right now you feel restless, but you're trying to ground yourself. With the fish representing your current energy, you are trying to adapt, you are trying to flow, you are trying to keep up with the energies in your life. This is giving I need to make the best of this, and I'm trying to catch up, I'm trying to keep up, I'm trying to do what I need to do. And this is very go 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 energy with the fish being here. And I think that there's a lot happening where you may be very busy around this time, where there just may be a lot that's coming up that you either need to deal with or that is being brought to your attention in some way. And there could also be some distractions here that perhaps are not necessarily what you want to be dealing with or where you want to be investing your attention. But overall, there's this energy being represented by this fish where there's a lot. And because the fish represents water energy, this could be emotionally. There's a lot coming up. Emotionally, there's a little bit of restlessness going on. Emotionally, you are trying to adapt and you are trying to deal with things as they come up. And I also think that for my pile number ones, you're in a place where right now you're trying to find your center, where right now you're trying to ground yourself and you're trying to figure out what's next. So it could feel, it could be that you're feeling a bit lost. It could be that you're feeling a bit overwhelmed at this time. Again, the fish is moving, the fish is restless, but the fish is also wary, and the fish is also trying to find clarity, trying to find its place. And I think the fact that we see that moon being represented there in that fish card also represents the heavy emotions that may be happening at this time, or just they may not necessarily be heavy, but it feels like there's a lot coming up, but also that seeking of clarity, that seeking of trying to ground yourself and trying to find your place and trying to figure out what's next, or even what's happening right now for some of you. But what's interesting is that we also have the lion. And one thing about the lion is that this lion is sitting, as I said at the beginning, in all its glory. This lion is really fully present in this moment. And this lion is all about self-transformation. And I think that that's what's happening for my pile number ones. Whether this is something that you are actively working on, or whether this is something that was kind of just thrown on you through circumstances, it feels like right now you are trying to find your center. You are trying to find the almost like, who am I? And really lean into that. And I think that part of what's happening for you, pile number one, is that you're really leaning into your strength. You are really building up your confidence at this time. And you're trying to ground yourself into the truth of who you are, and also into your present moment. And I do think that for my pile number ones right now, there's a lot that's happening that feels internal. So it could be that this sense of restlessness is happening internally. It may not be something that is happening externally, or it may not be something that can be easily detected externally. This could be, what is my truth? What is my purpose? What's next for me? Where am I headed? Regardless of how this energy is manifesting for you specifically, you're in a place where there's a deeper connection to self that is happening, that is unfolding as we move forward. And I also think for you, pile number one, for many of you, you're working through understanding of the self and understanding your motivation and your truth. That's also coming in here. And I also would not be surprised if for some of you, pile number one, you may be going through a period where you are kind of withdrawing or going within and kind of separating yourself from others while you try to figure out everything that is going on. But this is a time where you're seeking answers, you are seeking clarity, you are trying to ground yourself and center yourself in the truth of who you are. And I think for my pile number ones right now, the heart chakra and the sacral chakras are very active. Let's start to get into this reading. So we are going to start by looking at month one. So depending where you are at in when you watch this, as I'm recording this, it is the end of February. So this is going to be, if you're watching this as I upload, this is going to be your March. But depending on where you're at, this is just month one. We're going to be looking at themes, energies, anything that wants to come through for your first month. King of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. All right. Let's talk about this first month because I think this is very interesting to have. So over the next 3 months, the first month that you are going to be dealing with, there is an emphasis here on, first and foremost, keep going. You are closer than what you think. And even though you may be struggling, you may be coming up against some challenges, what you cannot see is that you are closer to the goal, to the objective, to getting to the other side of that obstacle or challenge than what you may think. And I think for the first month, right, because we're talking about the next 3 months, for the first month, you are really going to be asked to ground and center yourself. You are going to be asked to focus on the tangible, to focus on the things that are right in front of you. What does that mean? This first month is all about, I am going to get my affairs in order. I am going to, maybe it's I have to do my budget. Maybe it's I have to make sure I dot my I's and cross my T's as I do my work, or as I sign off on things, or as I make the next plans. This could be a time where it's time to, redecorate your home, or it's time to do, again, as I'm recording this, it's the end of February, we're going into March. Maybe it's time to do some spring cleaning. This feels like this first month, you are being called to not only deal with what's coming up for you, but to also really focus in and really deal with it head on. So if there's something happening in a relationship, we need to talk about it. We need to deal with it. It's not a time to ignore it. If there's something happening with finances, I need to face this. Make sure you're doing your taxes if you're in the States. Make sure that you are paying the bills. Make sure that you are going to work and doing what you need to do. If you have a project, if you have an idea, making sure that you are putting in the work that you need to put in and that you have some sort of outline. This first month is all about the routines. This first month is all about doing the things that may be difficult, doing the things that you may not want to do, especially for those of you that may struggle with procrastination and maybe even perfectionism. This message for this first month is let's get down to business. Do what needs to be done, face it head on, and allow yourself to do that work and to give yourself the peace of mind of whatever is happening for me. I am taking action on this. I am doing something tangible. I'm making headway on this. I also think for this first month, I have to be honest, it's probably not going to be the easiest of months because this Nine of Wands says you may be exhausted. This Nine of Wands speaks to, again, challenges and obstacles. But the thing is, this Nine of Wands is saying some of these limitations, some of these obstacles are a lot easier to get on the other side of than what you realize. So for some of this, it's if I put my mind to it, if I work towards it, I am going to see improvements. And I think for pile number one, for those of you that there's something happening with like your home, something tangible like home, career, finances, this is the month where I am going to focus in, and instead of not wanting to deal with it or instead of wanting to ignore it or deal with it later, I am going to fully engage and fully be present and deal with the things as they come up. So again, it's the month of dotting your I's and crossing your T's. And with the King of Pentacles being here specifically, this is a month, both of these cards really, but also this King of Pentacles being here. This is a month where there can be a lot of growth, a lot of forward movement. But the thing is, you're going to have to put in the work. And that may not necessarily be what you want to do. But if you do put in the work, if you do take the steps, right? So this is a month where maybe it's time to bring out a notebook, a notepad on your phone, or maybe even a planner and plan out my month and do the things that need to be done. This is also a month that is going to call for you to be patient, regardless of what it is that you're dealing with. Being patient over this month is going to be super, super important because things aren't going to necessarily be moving fast. And this isn't a month where there's necessarily fast growth or where you kind of get a boost of energy, right? This is a month where I need the determination, I need the patience, I need to just persevere. I need to push through and I need to get certain things done. And here's the thing, pile number one. This month, this first month that we're talking about, if you do what you need to do, yes, you're still going to be tired, but I think you're going to be feeling so much better. So this is a month of I am going to do steady work. I am going to take one step at a time, and I am going to move and move towards my potential, move towards my dreams, and make an active effort towards creating what it is that I want and what it is that I need. And here's the thing. This is the month where you are being asked to find motivation. This is the month where you are being asked to push yourself forward, even if you don't feel like it. And there's a reason for that, pile number one, because you will make progress. Again, different things, different people, regardless of what you are dealing with, that is the overall energy for that month. Let's take a look at month two. Let's see what we have for you. We have the Empress. See? We're going to talk about this. And we have the Devil. So, pile number one. Why did I call you pile number two? I don't know, but you're pile number one. Pile number one, with the Empress and the Devil card being here, month two is going to be significant for you. First and foremost, this is a month where there's going to be strides forward. And I think that this is a month where you are going to be breaking free from anything that has been holding you back. And I think for the last 3 to 6 months, especially, anything that has been holding you back, you are going to find ways to break free from that. And on month 2, a big thing that you should be focused on and working on is self-care. So, what do I need? What can I do for myself? How do I show up for myself? Because it's going to be a month of, I think, a lot of realizations. And this feels very internal, right? Like, this is like internal aha moments. This is you're going through transformation and you are realizing certain things that may not be working for you any longer. And also, I think for some of you, you may be realizing in which ways you may self-sabotage or in which ways you may hold yourself back. For those of you that are dealing with something external, where that external factor is keeping you from being able to move forward or it's presenting a challenge, there is an opportunity on month 2 for that to be removed or for you to break free from whatever that energy is. So, for example, if there's somebody, a coworker at work, or if there's something in a relationship going on, there is an opportunity to break free from this. During this month, as you break free, as you free yourself from certain obstacles, certain shackles, right? What happens is you also have the opportunity to create and to manifest more opportunities. And that's what the Empress is speaking to. I think in month 2, there is an opportunity where you are able to bring something in, whether it's through your own creation or whether it's an opportunity that you draw in as a result of breaking free and leaving something behind. That is going to be very helpful to you. And I think for pile number 1, for many of you, what you are breaking free from is going to be a narrative, a limited belief, or some sort of story that you have told yourself or that someone else has told you and you have accepted as truth. And I think that there's a realization of what your truth is. And that feels very much in alignment with the original message that I got for your current energy, which is, I think some of you are seeking your truth. Some of you are seeking your purpose, and some of you are seeking more peace and harmony. And I think month 2 is going to help you really get closer to that. Now, for those of you in a relationship or for those of you that are looking for a relationship, I feel like the second month has an opportunity to either deepen a connection or help you connect with someone. Now, what type of connection or what type of deepening that is going to be different things for different people. We will look at overall energy for love and relationships in a few minutes here. But I think that there is an opportunity, especially when it comes to intimacy, where month 2, there's an opportunity to create more intimacy, even if it's just like feeling more connected or physical intimacy, if you know what I mean, trying to keep it PG for YouTube. But also during the second month, again, there's some sort of like aha moment, some sort of understanding of your own internal working that feels very empowering. And I think that this is why in the second month, it's going to be so important to practice self-care and self-love and really check in with yourself. And I also think that pile number 1, you're moving towards self-love. You are moving towards more self-acceptance and towards unconditional love for self. And as a result, it's drawing in, for those of you that are open to that, or for those of you that are seeking more connections, it's drawing in more connections because it's from the place that you are operating in. And there's a deeper connection here between body, mind, and spirit that is happening in month 2 for my pile number 1s. take a look at month 3. I want to see what is coming up here. Month 3, we have, the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, we have the King and Queen of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Pile number 1, for some of you, it's very interesting because the Queen and King of Pentacles are divine counterparts to one another, and we have both of them. We also have the Devil and the Empress, which can speak to sensuality and intimacy. And you did pick the Black Diamond card, which says true love is eternal. And it's also the only option that had 2 figures, 2 people on it. So I think for some of you, the next 3 months really is going to highlight some things when it comes to relationships. And again, we're going to get to that shortly. But let's talk about this 3rd month here. Because I think that for you, pile number 1, overall energy, these next 3 months look really good. They do look like they're going to require a level of work and a level of effort on your part. But overall, it looks like over the next 3 months, you are going to be making a lot of forward progress, especially when it comes to being more knowledgeable of yourself, being more knowledgeable when it comes to the desires of your higher self and your purpose. And not only knowing and understanding what that is, but being able to apply it and ground it into the tangible or into the 3D reality. But when it comes to month 3, I think that you're starting to see the fruits of your labor, especially as it comes to the next 3 months, because I think month 1 and month 2 is you doing the work, and month 3 is the work is continuing, but you're getting tangible proof of what it is that you're working on. So again, just to give an example, if this is I am showing up in my career and I'm doing the work, it could be that you're starting to get the recognition you deserve in your 3rd month. If you are working on a business or trying to get clients or offering a service, or maybe you are trying to share something, this is you putting in the work, you doing the internal work as well. And then month 3, you start to see the return on your hard work and investment. And this 3rd month, I also feel like it continues because the Devil card for this group especially was speaking to breaking free from something, especially like those limiting beliefs, those stories we tell ourselves. With the Hierophant here, this 3rd month is you making the best out of replacing old belief systems and building new paradigms for yourself. And I think that in the 3rd month, you are feeling more confident within yourself. And it's almost like with the current energy, as we talked about the fish and the lion, in this 3rd month, you are leaning more into this lion energy, which is I am strong, I am patient, I am confident, I am sure of myself and where I am headed. So there is a lot of just getting the return on your investment and seeing proof of the hard work that you're putting in. So for those of you that this, you're dealing with something that has to do with a relationship, for example, it could be that you start to meet people in the 3rd month, or it could be that you meet somebody and there's potential there. Or for those of you that are already in an existing relationship, this could show up as, I'm starting to see improvements in my connection with my person, or I'm starting to see we're taking something to the next level, or it feels more easy. There is something that is absolutely tangible for this group that you are going to see at the end of these 3 months. And I also think that over the next 3 months, especially in month 3, you are going to be feeling more grounded, more rooted in your belief systems. And there's a level of trust, not only self-trust, but trust in the universe itself. So for this group, especially, the next 3 months feel like, yes, there's going to be hard work, but a lot of this is internal, but it's going to show up externally as well. It's going to manifest into actual opportunities for you, which I think is going to be a very pleasant surprise. Let's take a look at career and finances. Over the next 3 months, career and finances, Two of Pentacles. There's a lot of Pentacles energy for this group. Three of Cups. Four of Swords. Actually, let's do it this way. The people you spend the most time with shape who you are. Then we have caution. Use caution when making financial decisions. Careful not to overspend on wants instead of needs. More going out than coming in. We're going to talk about it. Then we have comfort. Though you're not exactly rich, you will be living comfortably. You're entering the most comfortable period of your life. Your finances are in a state of balance. We're going to talk about that because those are very interesting energies coming out together. And then we have spirituality. I do feel for this group, there's a lot of spirituality here, and we're going to talk about that as well. You are being guided to discover your own unique spiritual path at this time. You may be called to become a spiritual advisor, healer, or anything in the occult. Your finances could use some spell work. Ask your angels and guides for assistance. So, where do I want to put you? You know what? Let's do that for now. Okay, so let's talk about it. Pile number 1. When it comes to career and finances, and I think for many of you, the next 3 months are going to be busy in different areas of your life. And I think for many of you, one of those areas is going to be either career and or finances. I think there's going to be some sort of focus, some sort of highlight that comes up in that area. And when it comes to career and finances over the next 3 months, there is a lot happening, and I think you're going to be busy. I've said this for this group. I think you're going to be tired. I think you're not going to be high energy. It feels like at times you may be a little bit low energy, meaning like you just may be a little bit tired, exhausted, of feeling overwhelmed. It's very important when it comes to career and finances to pace yourself. Over the next 3 months, pace yourself. It's one thing to want to get something done, but be realistic about your approach. Sometimes it's best to do something and have a plan than it is to try to rush into it and make it happen, even though you are too exhausted and you can barely keep up, right? So having some sort of outline at the beginning for this group, I really said, I think it's time to pull out a notebook, pull out a planner, start writing some sort of notes on your phone and really come up with a plan for the next 3 months, because there's a lot that is going to be happening. There's a lot that is going to be possible. And while I think those are going to be good things overall, I also think it's going to be easy for you to overextend yourself and become a little bit tired, exhausted, a little overwhelmed. So very important not to burn yourself out, especially because we have the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So especially when it comes to work and finances, making sure that you're not burning yourself out, that you're pacing yourself, that you are giving yourself, your body, what you need. Now, let's talk about this Two of Pentacles, because I think over the next 3 months, it's super important for you to strike some sort of balance and for you to prioritize, because this Two of Pentacles is saying, don't spread yourself too thin. Don't take on too much. Don't get to the point where you're either overspending, you are overworking yourself. It's balance. Where can I effectively put my energy into? And when it comes to downtime, right? How can I effectively relax and recharge my batteries? This is a group that over the next 3 months, I think it could be especially important for you to make sure that you are creating some sort of plan on how you are going to be kind to yourself and how you are going to allow yourself downtime and also have fun. Bringing in fun, super important. Now we have the Three of Cups and we have the people you spend the most time with shape who you are. Over the next 3 months, when it comes to work, career, finances, be very mindful and be very discerning. This is not to fearmonger. This is just giving you advice. Be mindful, be discerning about who you are not only taking advice from when it comes to like career finances, but who you are telling your plans to. Make sure that you are being discerning about that. Also, over the next 3 months, it could be a very good time to network and to put yourself out there, especially if you're in a place where you are ready to expand and grow. Reaching out, networking. Also, don't be afraid to really share responsibilities, especially if you are someone that works in a group. It is okay to delegate. It is okay to accept help if needed. But again, just be very mindful of who you are allowing to influence your career and finances. Now, when it comes to the caution card, because we have a little bit of a yin and yang here, we have caution, we have comfort. Caution here is over the next 3 months. I'm not necessarily getting that for you, you're going to be struggling financially. Because if this comfort card wasn't here and it was just the caution card, I would be a little bit more worried. But I think what the caution card is speaking to is be cautious. Exactly that. Don't overspend. Don't overindulge. Make sure that you are looking at your budget, for example, and make sure that you are staying within budget. For those of you that may not have a budget, I think the next 3 months could be very, very helpful to create one if that is something that you are called to. Because we have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Four of Swords, and they do apply to career and work, but they also apply to finances. So financially speaking, this is a time to be prudent. This is a time to stay within your means, and this is a time to really get clear about what your financial goals are, because I think over the next 3 months, whatever goals you set for yourself, especially financially, I think they have the opportunity to really flourish. So being very intentional is important. But again, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be uncomfortable or you're not going to be able to afford certain things. I'm not getting that at all. I do also think that part of the work that you're going to be doing is going to, and when I say the work you're going to be doing, I'm talking about the spiritual work that you're already doing and that you will be doing over the next 3 months, is going to help you to manifest more abundance and more opportunities that are meant for you. And I think that for this group especially, lighting a green candle with the intention of prosperity and abundance can be especially helpful, especially if you have an altar. I am seeing like some coins, I am seeing some green stones, and I'm seeing a green prayer candle. Take that if it resonates. I think that could be especially helpful to bring in more abundance and prosperity, not only financial, in all their in all possibilities, right? Because wealth, prosperity, and abundance isn't just money. But that's coming in here. Also, for those of you that are into spiritual work or that you're thinking about offering a spiritual service, I think there is confirmation here that that is something that you can absolutely do and be successful at. Though I will say it's one of those things where it's like it may not be an overnight, where you start and overnight you become a millionaire type of thing, right? But I do think there is encouragement here. But there's a lot of spiritual work that's being done. For some of you, shadow work that's being done that's going to help you get to the next level, that is actually going to help you with career and finances as well. All right, let's talk about love and relationships. And love and relationships doesn't necessarily just have to be romantic. So let's see what we have here. Ooh, the Hierophant. So this is the second one we have for you. The Ace of Wands. The Seven of Wands. We also have second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. We're going to talk about that. We have denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. And finally, we have boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Very interesting because the Seven of Wands and this boundaries card is talking to the same thing. Pile number 1. We're going to talk about love. This is going to give you multiple messages. As always, take the ones that resonate for you, leave the rest behind, but especially with this portion. Pile number 1. For those of you that are single, this is going to be like 3 different messages. For those of you that are single and looking and you're open to relationships and you're open to dating, you are wanting to find someone, I think over the next 3 months, there's an opportunity here to date. I think there's an opportunity here to connect with people and to go out. But I also think that this is going to really depend on what you decide that you want. And I think for some of you, you're more on the side of you may be open to it, but you may not be fully convinced that you have the time and energy to put into love and relationships at this time. But for those of you that are open to it, that are ready for it, I think there can be some dating here. I think there can be some excitement here. But I also think it's important that you go into dating, you go into getting to know people, into getting to connect with people with very clear goals and boundaries, and that you know what you are not willing to put up with, what you are not willing to waste your time on. Now, for those of you that are single and you may not be looking for anything, you may just still be on the fence. I think when it comes to love and relationships, the next 3 months can be a time where you're kind of still thinking about it, kind of still figuring things out. But even if you get to know someone, you may kind of keep them at arm's length. You may not be fully still ready to let someone in. The difference there is where you are and your intention. For those of you that are in a relationship, I think the next 3 months, especially if you have been struggling with your partner, or if you are feeling disconnected, if things just aren't flowing in the way that you want it to flow or in the way that you would desire, the next 3 months is going to bring in some opportunities to reconnect and to kind of look at things and really see things for what they are. I think there can be an opportunity to kind of have a conversation and really say, things aren't where I want them to be. Like, we need to talk, we need to communicate, we need to talk this out. For those of you that are in a relationship and everything is going great, I'm going to be honest. I don't necessarily think this message is necessarily for you. I think this message is for people that are single and for people that are perhaps not where they want to be in their existing relationship. Now, for some of you, you are going to be minding your business over the next 3 months, and somebody may pop back in from your past, and this person may be seeking another opportunity. This person may be seeking a conversation. There may be an apology that comes through. I think for most of you, you're not open to this. And regardless of your situation, over the next 3 months, it's extremely important for my pile number 1s to have your boundaries and, well, to have clear understanding of your boundaries and where you are at and what you are not willing to accept. And I also think that the next 3 months, when it comes to love and relationships in all their forms, there's going to be realizations for my pile number 1s as to perhaps what currently isn't working or what hasn't worked for you in the past. And there may be a realization of what it is that you want moving forward and how you can get there. Now, 2 separate messages for different people. For some of you, what you are going to be realizing is that you need to be a bit more firm with your boundaries. And I think for others of you, what you're going to realize is that your boundaries are a bit too rigid at this time. So this feels like over the next 3 months for love and relationships for most of you, there's going to be information that comes through. Because for this group as a whole, there's a lot of transformation, there's a lot of growth, and there's a lot of inner work happening. And I think that that is going to really bleed into your love life and your connections. Let's take a look at any major changes over the next 3 months. We have the 5 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Relationships. There's something about relationships for this group that feels like there's going to be changes here. For some of you, it's reconnecting to certain people. For others of you, it's going to be maybe even walking away or making space for new connections. And I think that a major change over the next 3 months that's going to happen is emotionally, there's going to be a transformation. There is going to be forward movement, especially for those of you that have been dealing with like grief and disappointment, and you're just feeling a bit emotionally overwhelmed or stuck. And we talked about this at the beginning. I think for a lot of you, there's a lot coming up emotionally. Over the next 3 months, there's a transition where I think that it's almost like I'm coming to terms or I'm making peace with everything that's coming up in order to move forward. There is forward movement. I also think for some of you, there's a lot more support coming in over the next 3 months, whether that support is from friends, relationships that are already in your life, or whether it's more of you have an opportunity to connect with new people. But it feels like there's more support. I also think you're going to be feeling more supported by spirit as a whole. Let's take a look at an opportunity that's coming in for you over the next 3 months. Wait, 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands. It's so interesting to me when I'm using different decks and it's still the same cards coming up. All right, 7 of Wands and 6 of Cups. Yeah. Pile number 1. An opportunity that you're going to have over the next 3 months is closing a chapter on something. Now, I have to be honest, for some of you, there's a relationship here that you're either walking away from or there's a complete transformation in this relationship. And I also think over the next 3 months, you're going to have an opportunity to really enforce some boundaries and figure out what those boundaries are for you. And it feels like that's going to be very empowering, not only in the sense of empowerment that you're going to be receiving, but also in how you move forward and the type of people that are going to have access to you. For some of you, you will know if this resonates for you. For some of you, the opportunity that's going to come in the next 3 months is going to come in the form of a soulmate. Now, disclaimer, a soulmate does not necessarily have to be romantic. This could be a mentor, this could be a friend, this could be somebody significant that is not necessarily romantic. Though I do think for some of you, there is going to be an opportunity to meet someone that is going to be close to you, whether that is a friendship or a romantic partner. But this person shows up as a result of you honoring yourself. For others of you, this person could be somebody from the past. It's going to be different things for different people, but the way this energy shows up, it's like you're either honoring your boundaries or there's a conversation that happens, which you're still honoring your boundaries, but there's a conversation that happens where you may clear the air. There's something here where you have an opportunity to make peace with the past, whether that is by leaving something behind and welcoming something else in, or it's someone from the past coming back in. But there's this deep understanding of I am where I am at because of what I've been through and the experiences that got me here. And there's like an appreciation for that. But over the next 3 months, you are standing your ground. You are feeling more confident. And I think for some of you, that's exactly what's going to draw someone in. That's exactly what's going to kind of like bring the right people into your life. Let's take a look. So, which ones do? Let's do these first. Let's see what we have here. Treasure Island. Yeah, the next 3 months, again, this group, hard work. There's a lot of things that are going to come up that are going to require your attention. It's going to be worth it. It's going to lead you to your treasure. It's going to lead you to abundance, prosperity, and wealth. And again, those things could be financial, but they're not always. There's so much more. See what else we have here. Breathe. Over the next 3 months, pile number 1, make sure that you're making time to connect with yourself and to ground and center yourself throughout the months, throughout those 3 months, because don't overdo it. Don't push yourself too hard to the point where you burn yourself out, because there's a lot that's going to be happening. It's a marathon, right? Endurance. All right, so let's see we have 2 cards here. Something that you can contemplate, something that you can ponder, something that you can meditate on. First, we have, what else could this mean? And it says, there are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? Yeah, there's a lot that's going to be coming up. And I think for this group, limiting beliefs and shadow work and just the narrative is going to be super front and center throughout the next 3 months. Today's soul action. Is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment, or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? Love that. Then we have, what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me. This is a group where it's very interesting because a lot of this is internal, but there's also a lot of talk about other external factors, including people. And again, you chose the card with the 2 figures there. Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? What if you were to take life into your own hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared. Take the leap. Today's soul action, no more thinking, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. And there was a lot about that was coming up as well at the beginning. But let's read the Black Diamond card. And this is the Love Your Inner Goddess deck. Let's see what your message is. Okay. So it says, you have a powerful spiritual journey to take this lifetime. It is not always easy to take this path. However, you are a wisdom bearer. You are one of the precious ones who is not destroyed by dark experiences in life, but is rather able to find wisdom and empowerment through overcoming them. You've done it before and you will do it again now. As your soul becomes powerful through the pressures she has survived, you'll be able to rise to even greater challenges, but they will feel easier for you than before. You are unstoppable. You have every right to feel bold and joyful about what life holds next for you. I love that, pile number one. I love that. All right, pile number one, thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment below. Claim this. I am abundant, because I think that's the energy here. I am abundant. Claim it in the comments. But also that could absolutely be a affirmation that you use over the next 3 months. Let me know what else you'd like to see next. Let me know what readings you would like to see next on the channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk very soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to freaking beautiful. And it says, it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. I love that. So we're going to place that right over there. That is a part of your reading. We are going to end the reading by reading what that card is about. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, for this reading, as always, I have done a reading breakdown that explains exactly what we are going to cover. It is timestamped below. I highly suggest you check that out. That way you know if this is the right reading for you. For this reading, we are going to start by doing a little bit of an energy check, and that is supposed to help you confirm if this reading is the right one for you, if this pile is the right one for you. If this part does not resonate, try choosing a different pile, or it could just be that this specific reading doesn't have a message for you. And final reminder, this is going to be the next 3 months. It's timeless, so I am going to refer to month 1, 2, and 3 because it's timeless. It's 3 months from when you find this reading. All right, let's get started. Ooh, we have the crocodile. We have the buffalo. Okay, and then empathy. Very interesting energy, pile number 2. Okay, so current energies, what is currently happening for you? Pile number 2, let's talk about it. Actually, before I jump in, I do know you all love it when I talk about the zodiac signs. So with the crocodile, we have water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Why did I almost forget the water signs? And then with the buffalo, we have earth energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. With this empathy card, I would also say earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, kind of a double whammy of it, if you will. So what is the current energy? Let's talk about it, because we start out with the crocodile. For my pile number 2s, I think you're in this place where this feels like a time where there's a lot happening internally. And for some of you, because I'm looking at the animals that are showing up here for your current energy, and I think for some of you, it may feel like the energy is very stagnant. It may feel like things aren't flowing in the way that you would want it to. And it may even feel like nothing is happening. Or if things are happening, it just could feel like they're moving very slow. And I know that the crocodile can actually move pretty fast when it's in pursuit of something. And I also think that matches your energy. I think you're someone where you are waiting for the opportunity. You are waiting for that thing that you want to experience more of. You are waiting to have that opportunity to jump on something. But right now, it feels like you are really almost being forced to go within. And I think the reason for that is because there's not too much happening outside of self. And I think that you are trying to manifest and create some movement, But it may just be that things are just stagnant. And you could be feeling stuck. And here's the thing. You know, you're very wise. You know that it's not always going to be this, right? Especially if you're stuck in this place of like, oh my God, I just can't get things to move. I can't get myself out of this funk, out of this rut. I think intellectually and even intuitively, you know it's not always going to be this way. But I also think there's a lot of frustration here. And I think there's a level of restlessness here. But again, it's like I'm restless, but what do I do? Or I'm restless and I'm trying to do something, but it's just not working. It's not unfolding in the way that I need it to. And you are trying to lean into your faith. You are trying to lean into your spirituality. And I think for my pile number 2s, you are trying to trust the process. And I think for some of you, you are learning how to trust the process. For others of you, you know how to trust. You kind of know how to surrender, but you're struggling because of the frustration. And here's the thing. This feels by design. And one thing that you are very good at, pile number 2, is empathy. One thing that you thrive as, for some of you, you may even identify as an empath or a highly sensitive person. But one thing that you may be really struggling with at this time is to offer yourself that empathy. Because I think it's easy for you, pile number 2, to really show up and offer that empathy to other people and really offer that support, that compassion, that forgiveness, and that encouragement to other people. But I think that sometimes when it comes to self, it can be a lot harder. And that's true for most people, right? It's sometimes easier to show up and be something for someone else than it is to show up and hold space for ourselves in that way. But pile number 2, this is a time where you're really being called to lean into your spirituality, where you're really being called to go within. Because again, I feel like whatever's happening, and we're going to get into this, but whatever is leading you here, where it feels like I'm stuck, I'm not getting anywhere, it feels like it's meant to be that way right now, to kind of encourage you to go within. And for some of you, this is a time where really recharging and giving yourself a break and almost regenerating your energy, because things will be picking up soon. Take advantage of this point where you are being given time to rest and where you are being given time to, this is almost like time to plan out, time to, it's like the waiting, a holding pattern that you're in. But part of the message that I'm getting is make the best of it. And for some of you, you have completely withdrawn from loved ones, from friends, from other people, because either you're completely frustrated, or you could be drained, or you just don't even want to deal with other people. And here's the thing, pile number 2. The key word for the crocodile is wait. And I think that that's a lesson that you are being taught. It's about waiting because there's something that is meant for you, and because you don't have to waste your energy on something that is not meant for you. let's get into this. So let's talk about month number 1. And as I said, we're going to be referring to month 1, month 2, month 3 because it's timeless, so I don't want to name the month. All right, so for month 1, we have the energy there of the 2 of Pentacles. Ooh, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So when it comes to the theme and the messages for your first month out of the next 3 months, pile number 2, there's a message here around really being, I'm trying to choose the right word here. This is really about being intentional, about where you invest your energy over the next month, right? Where you are pouring your energy, where you are investing your energy, where you are investing your resources and your time. Because a big message for this group so far is just because it's available, just because you can, doesn't mean you have to, and it doesn't mean you should. I think month 1, over the next month, you are still trying to create some form of balance. You are still trying to create some sort of equilibrium here, and you are still seeking some form of harmony, because it feels like right now there's a lot of disharmony in your energy. And here's the thing. Over the next month, I think for my pile number 2s, it would be so helpful to connect with your community, with your loved ones, with your friends and family, with the people that you care about and the people that care about you too. And I think for you, pile number 2, the first month, right, out of these next 3 months, is also going to be about almost like a review and appreciation of where you are at. So, where are you? How did you get here? What have you accomplished? Because here's the thing, pile number 2, you have accomplished a lot. And how can I appreciate the journey this far? And how can I appreciate where I'm at? Because I think for some of you, you're very hard on yourself right now. And again, this feels like I'm not moving, I'm stuck. So this next month is all about really looking at where I'm at, how I got here, and having gratitude for those things as you continue to move forward. But I think a very important thing to keep in mind, as I said, is not everything requires your attention. Not everything requires your time. So it's quite possible for the next month that you may have an opportunity show up that you deep down know is not right for you, but because you may be feeling like things aren't quite moving, you may try to take it on. And you're being cautioned against that. This is also about you enjoying this time. Because again, pile number 2, I feel like there's something here by design that's meant to give you time to rest, time to recharge, and time to prepare for the next journey. And for some of you, you may have even reached a very specific milestone recently where you're not even giving yourself enough time to recognize that. And I think in the next month, there is a level of success and joy if you allow yourself to experience it, if you allow yourself to find it. For some of you, if there is a family function or some sort of reunion where your loved ones, your family, your friends, people that you care about and people that care about you are going to be there, making an effort to go would be very important. And this is a time where making time for yourself and for your loved ones is going to be important. And I also think pile number 2, don't put all of your eggs in one basket, especially if you are not sure that that is the right basket for you. That's a big message coming in for this group. Like, just because something is showing up and you don't see anything else doesn't mean that you have to accept that. So, let me give you an example. Let's say that you have been applying for jobs and you get an offer and you know that that company is not necessarily the one that you really want, and you're not in a place where like you absolutely need to take it because that's the only option you have, in the sense of like maybe you're still at your other job and you can transition, and it's about being patient and waiting for the right opportunity to come in. It's something like that. It's like, don't jump on the first thing just because it's there, and don't do things just because they're there or just because you feel uncomfortable with not having too much to do or with not having the right opportunity show up. Don't make decisions from a place of scarcity and fear. That is the message for your first month. Let's take a look at month 2. We have the 9 of Pentacles. See, there's success here. Don't get impatient. And the 10 of Wands. All right, so pile number 2. When it comes to the second month here, we have the 10 of Wands and we have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is, there's payback here. There is a return on your investment. There is success here. This feels like you are getting something that you have worked very hard for is coming through in the second month. There's an opportunity here where you can enjoy the abundance, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, and it feels like it's very much spiritual and material satisfaction. We're going to talk about that 10 of Wands shortly. But with this 9 of Pentacles being here, there's a milestone, there's a celebration, there's something that you're getting. For some of you, it's, I've gotten the promotion, I've gotten the thing that I want, I got the right opportunity. That's why it's so important in the first month not to get so impatient that you are jumping into something that you know deep down is not right for you. That could be a relationship, that could be a friendship, that could be an opportunity, that could be a class, whatever it is. Be very mindful about that. Now, we also have this 10 of Wands showing up here. And I think that this 10 of Wands is showing up to remind you that there's a need to be very mindful of what you are taking on. So pile number 2, it could be that you are someone that you truly enjoy to be productive, or you are someone that's very responsible and you like to help other people, or you are the person that others go to when they're going through something. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's what keeps coming up for you over the next 3 months. This is about you releasing what is no longer yours to carry so that you can take the opportunity that is meant for you and you can accept the abundance that is trying to come in for you. So again, this is also you prioritizing. And I think for this group, the next 3 months are going to bring in opportunities for you to prioritize what is actually a priority for you, what actually requires your attention, what is calling your name, and prioritize that over the friendships, the responsibilities, the things that you have taken on that are not a priority for you. There are going to be opportunities for you to really look at your workload, at your obligations, at your responsibilities, and decide what are you going to carry with you and what are you going to put down, what are you going to delegate. And there is a reminder here that you do not have to be responsible for someone else's responsibilities. You do not have to be responsible to carry the load, whether it's at work, it's not up to you to carry the entire load, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a family type of connection or setting. This is a reminder that it is okay for you to prioritize what matters to you and for you to prioritize what you desire. This is also a message for you to keep going, to keep pushing forward, because you will get to where you want to be, but the non-essentials have to go. The heaviness has to be put down, and you have to figure out where are you going to truly invest your energy. And that's what I'm getting for this group. I think that you're coming out of a place of, things aren't really moving. I feel stuck. I don't know what to do, to now the opportunities are showing up, but I need to figure out how to streamline what matters to me, how to streamline what I want to experience, and how, as I release, as I let go, how that makes it lighter and that makes it more possible for me to move forward. Because for some of you, it could be that this crocodile, this buffalo, and this empathy energy is speaking to exhaustion. It's speaking to, I'm stuck in a rut because I have no energy left to give. So that's another thing that's coming up here. And what do I need to release to make it more possible for me to move? What's the extra baggage that I'm carrying around that I may not even have to? Let's take a look at this third month. Yeah, that Ace of Pentacles. That Devil card. Okay. Pile number 2. This third month is going to be an opportunity to have some sort of new beginning. This feels like an investment. This is an investment in self. And for some of you, this could be like starting a new job. This could be starting a new project, getting into a new hobby. Maybe this is about like taking a class, starting a business, right? But this third month for you, and we're going to talk about what that devil is speaking to shortly. This third month for you with this Ace of Pentacles, this is about you being intentional and you investing in yourself. I think over the next 3 months for my pile number 2s, investing in your energy is going to be extremely important. And I think for you, pile number 2, there's going to be some sort of new idea, some sort of new beginning that is going to put you on the path for success. And that's going to bring a lot of wonderful experiences your way. But I also think in this third month, there are some doubts that are going to creep up. I also think in this third month, there are some, I guess you can call them limitations, or some shadow aspects that are going to kind of creep up. And I think a big thing in this third month is you're going to have to decide, am I going to start anew, and am I going to give myself an opportunity to experience this Ace of Pentacles, which again, it's a brand new beginning. It's planting new seeds. It's going on this new adventure. Or am I going to let myself remain chained to the past and to the way that I've been doing things? And am I going to allow fear to get the best of me? Because there's an opportunity for a breakthrough over the next 3 months for this group. And I think that breakthrough is going to be you realizing that something that perhaps you were not aware of is more within reach than what you ever thought. But I also think there is a fear that may want to keep you where you've been and keep you with what is familiar here. And for some of you, there's a level of this that is you're breaking generational trauma. You are breaking patterns that have been passed down to you. And I think you're ready, pile number 2. And remember, you chose this card that says it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. This is about you giving yourself the opportunity to break free. Let's take a look at career and finances over the next 3 months. Actually, before we get into that, overall, the next 3 months, I think for you, pile number 2, there's going to be opportunities for you to accept that are not necessarily meant for you. So being discerning is going to be very important. Again, a big thing coming up for this group so far in this reading is just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that has to do not only with the opportunities that come your way, but also like when it comes to other people and like you feeling like you have to be either responsible or that you have to do things for other people or that you have to be the one to carry the burdens. Also, over the next 3 months, a big theme is going to be what do I need to release to lighten the load so that I can go after what I want and I can create space for in my life for the things that I want. So keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about career and finances. First things first, we have the 10 of Swords. Then we have the 7 of Cups. Then we have Judgment card. Patience. Divine timing is at hand. It will require having faith while you are shown the way. You may feel tired and out of balance. The universe is forcing you to rest and recover. That's the energy of that crocodile, that buffalo, and that empathy card is exactly that. Money may be slow coming in or unsatisfied with your finances. Then we have unclear. Money is either tight or not receiving what you expected. The answers you are seeking will remain unclear for now. Your basic needs will be met. Then we have the Artist. Focus on finding the beauty in your life, in your day-to-day life. The artist can be a photographer, painter, film, graphic artist, or web designer. If you can't make a living with just your art full-time, start part-time, just get started. And then finally, work hard in silence. All right, we're going to place that here. All right, pile number 2, let's talk about it, career and finances over the next 3 months. First things first, I do feel there are some things going on with your career. We have the 10 of Swords. This is what this is saying, and I think this is good news. The 10 of Swords, to me, is rock bottom, but the thing with the 10 of Swords is that in addition to being rock bottom, it's a reminder that this is as bad as it's going to get, and from here, there's only healing. So I think over the next 3 months, especially for those of you that really have been struggling, really have been feeling overwhelmed, and you've really been struggling like just coming into these 3 months, things are going to get better. Things are going to improve. And I also, we've talked about this, being stuck, feeling in a rut, like that energy of just, I'm not happy. I'm not able to create some movement. Patience is needed. But again, things are going to start moving. Now we have the 7 of Cups here. Again, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because the opportunity shows up doesn't mean it's right for you. So being able to really discern what is right for you, learning to trust your intuition. I think for this group, there will be more than one opportunity that shows up. It almost feels like there's something that comes in and that is not the right thing. It may look right, it may seem right, it may feel like the best option at that point in time. There's something that follows it that is meant for you. With the Seven of Cups, there are many choices, there are many opportunities. Not every single choice, not every single opportunity is a good one, or at least it's not the right one for you. For those of you that are feeling a lack of clarity, for those of you that are feeling a lack of direction, especially when it comes to career and finances, again, this is by design. There are things that you are not meant to know just yet. There are things that you are not going to get in this reading. As much as I hate to say that, that are not being shown to me. There are things that are not being shown to you because you are not meant to know yet. It is going to unfold in divine timing. It is going to unfold in the way that it's going to, and in the best way possible. Can you trust that the universe is working for you and not against you? Now, we also have the Judgment card. And I think that when it comes to career and finances, there is going to be major change for you. There is going to be a shift for you that comes in that is going to help you get to the next level. Again, what that is, I don't think it's been revealed yet. I don't think you are meant to know yet. So especially when it comes to career and finances, if things feel especially hard, if things feel especially confusing, it's by design. Focus on what you can focus on. Do the things that you can do. So what does that mean? Whatever it is that you're trying to create. So let's say that money is tight right now, or money is not where you want it to be. This is about, maybe it's time to restructure your spending if you can. Maybe it's time to look at how can you cut something out, or how can you add more income. For those of you that you do something artistic, or that you have a service, something that you can offer and you've been thinking about it, it's time to do it. Again, it may not be something that you do full time at first. It may not be something that is your only gig. But I think for some of you, you are ready to start to introduce this. You may be able to introduce something and start to make an extra, like to make extra money in that way. For someone here, you may make something, candles, jewelry, something, food. Somebody makes food, cake, something. I feel like it's something with hands for some of you. For others of you, it could be something spiritual that you offer. Someone here, if you've been thinking about content creation, that's a go. But here's the thing, pile number 2. A big message for you right now is also to focus and to do what you can do. Be patient, do what you can do. Again, divine timing. There's something that's not moving forward because it's not time yet. There's something that's not being revealed because it's not time yet. And again, for some of you, you are being forced to rest. It's almost like you've been unplugged. You've been placed on a timeout by your spirit team, by the universe, to give you time to rest. Honor where you are at in your process. And when it comes to finances for this group, things will improve. I do feel they're going to improve slowly, but I do feel they will improve. But I am getting your basic needs will be met. That's coming through. Also, get creative. Be open to being creative about money. That's coming through. That may mean different things to different people. For some of you, it's going to be like, I'm going to offer something, I'm going to sell something, I'm going to do something on the side. For others of you, it could just be kind of looking at what you're working with and figuring out where to maybe cut certain things out, or where to kind of stretch your dollar, if you will. Let's take a look at love and relationships. So first things first, we have the Sun. Page of Pentacles. Oh, Nine of Cups. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see what else we have. Marriage. This relationship is moving towards a sacred union. Intuition. You already know the answer you seek. I think this is true for a lot of you in not only love and relationships, but in other areas. Retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. All right, let's talk about it. So different messages for different people. Take the ones that apply to you, especially when it comes to this section of the reading. I think when it comes to love and relationships over the next 3 months, for some of you, there's an opportunity to really move things forward. If you are single, I think the next 3 months, you're going to have an opportunity to connect with others. If I'm honest, I feel like for this group, like really connecting to loved ones, really connecting to friends and family is going to be super important. But for those of you that are seeking a relationship, that are seeking a partnership, like a romantic partnership, this could also be platonic as well, but especially romantic, I think there's going to be an opportunity to meet someone and connect with someone that can be significant. This feels like this would be very early stages. I would not be surprised if this person comes in like month 2 to month 3, or like at the end of month 2, at the end of month 3. But there is an opportunity to meet someone. This feels like someone that is very, like there's a lot of excitement here. This also feels like a wish fulfillment, like somebody that you are actively manifesting that comes into your life. And I think that person, there's almost like this recognition. And I think they're manifesting you too, for those of you that are manifesting someone, that you connect with someone. But again, this feels like this happens like towards the end of month 2 to like the 3rd month. So like halfway through, you're probably not meeting someone just yet. But for those of you that are single and seeking, this is the perfect time to get clear about what it is that you are seeking in a partner, what it is that you want in partnership and in another person, because you have the opportunity over the next 3 months to bring in this energy into your life. And this feels like somebody that has the potential. But at the very least, it's like a very fun connection where you can distract yourself. You can really go out and have a good time. For those of you that are single and you may not be seeking a relationship, this is the perfect time to really connect with your loved ones. There is an opportunity here to bring in a friendship, like to connect with someone who could be a significant friend. That you have like a soulmate connection to. As a reminder, a soulmate is not only a romantic thing. There are platonic soulmates. There are many different types of soulmates. But it just feels like, again, this feels like towards like the end of this period. Like the first half, it's like I'm focused on self. And then the second half is where you start to bring this energy in for some of you. For those of you that are in a relationship, I feel like your relationship is either going to be improving if you've been having any issues, or if things are going, like if things are smooth sailing, it feels like there's more of that. I would not be surprised if you feel more connected to your partner. For those of you in a relationship, it feels like there could be progress made in the relationship, whether that is like, let's talk about what the next steps are. For those of you that are not married, it could be, let's start to talk about like long term. Do we want to get engaged? Do we want to get married? For one or two of you, there could be an engagement over the next 3 months. I feel like this is more about the planning stages and really getting to the point where you are grounding the relationship, and you're moving forward, and you're both feeling more confident about where you are at. But for one or two of you, this could be an actual engagement. If there's somebody watching this pile and you are getting married in the next 3 months, just know that it's going to be a very happy occasion. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of support, a lot of love, and it's going to be a wish come true, right? That's coming through. For some of you, you may be going on a retreat with your significant other, or you could be going away and traveling somewhere where you meet a person that is significant, which could be romantic for those of you that are single, or it could just be like you meet a friend, you meet someone that is going to play an important part in your life in some way. When it comes to platonic relationships, this is a great time to connect. This is a great time to make time to spend with your loved ones. That's coming through. For some of you, like activities, like doing something with your partner or with a friend, can be very helpful over the next 3 months. Also, pile number 2, someone may be getting a dog. I don't know why that's coming through. Somebody may be adopting a dog. Take this if it resonates. There could be a pregnancy that you or your partner find out over the next 3 months. If you've been trying, if you've been struggling, there could be forward movement as well. That's coming through. It's very specific. It could just be for one of you, so only take it if it resonates. Somebody could really be adopting a pet. It doesn't have to be a dog. I'm seeing a bunny too. But a bunny is also fertility, and a bunny is also creativity, creation. Somebody could really be finding out that they're pregnant, or there's some sort of movement here, some sort of forward movement in a fertility journey for someone. If this message applies to you, you feel it coming. Like that feels like more of confirmation than anything else. All right, pile number 2, let's get into what changes are coming up. What's a significant change that can come in for you over the next 3 months? The Fool, I love that. The 2 of Swords. So over the next 3 months, a significant change, again, this feels like confirmation of what we've been talking about, but a significant change that can come in is, again, that new beginning and clarity where you are no longer stuck, where you're no longer like in that sense of, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's happening for me. I feel, I feel like I'm not, like nothing is moving forward for me. There's going to be a leap of faith that you will be able to take if you can trust yourself. And I think over the next 3 months, a change that can happen for my pile number 2s is exactly that, where you can feel more confident in your choices and where you can feel like you can trust yourself. Also, for some of you, even though you are not meant to see certain things and you're not meant to get clear answers right now or see like how something is going to unfold, you're moving towards trusting self and trusting the universe. So you're going to be more comfortable in taking forward, like taking the steps you need to take in order to move forward. For some of you, a choice will be made over the next 3 months, and that choice is going to help you move forward. Pile number 2, a choice can be that you are going to wait until you have more information. That's coming through as well. Keep that in mind. Sometimes not choosing right away is a choice. There are opportunities that are going to come in for you. Don't rush into anything. Speaking of opportunities, what is an opportunity that is being sent your way over the next 3 months? Ooh, the Tower. Okay. Was not expecting that one. And the Star. Pile number 2. Over the next 3 months, there's going to be an opportunity. This is the word I'm going to use. Dismantle. To dismantle, to get rid of anything that is not working, and to start anew. For this group, there is so much around releasing, around prioritizing and making things lighter for yourself. And an opportunity that you're going to have with this Tower, and we have the Tower. Also, 16 is the Tower, 17 is the Star. Growth. But it's one step at a time. It's one step at a time. I am moving forward. And here's the thing. An opportunity that you're going to have is the opportunity of forward movement. And you're going to be able to gain new insights, new awareness. And there will be answers. For those of you that want to have clarity, that want answers, answers are coming. It's going to involve your intuition. It's going to involve you trusting yourself. There's going to be an opportunity that is going to remove what is not meant for you. And it's also going to put you on the right path. I'm not being shown exactly what that opportunity is. And to be honest, this is a general reading. It's going to show up in different ways for different people. That is why the most important lesson here is don't just accept what is available to you. Be discerning and do what's right for you. Let's see what the advice is. Blessed. The Star card and the Blessed card, very similar energies here. Lean into the trust that what is meant for you is not going to pass you and that the universe wants the best for you, and know that there is a blessing here for you. And flexible. Yeah, remain flexible. Pile number 2, remain flexible. And part of remaining flexible is knowing when it's time to let go of certain things, of certain people, of certain situations, and when to change the priorities or when to prioritize some things over others. All right, let's see. We have 2 cards here. First card is what boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships. And the message is to create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. Today's soul action, when we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. That message has come through for some of you. Today's mantra, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. And then we have, who am I ready to forgive? Very interesting. Both of these really can kind of speak to connections and other people. And it says, I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become. It is time to let go, forgive, and move onward. I'm sorry, is it time to let go, forgive, and move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? Today's soul action: write a forgiveness letter, then practice the Opopono prayer today while thinking of the person you are ready to forgive. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. That is one of the most powerful prayers, meditations that I've ever done. Highly recommend. But we are going to close this out by reading what the book has to say about this card. And this is the Love Your Inner Goddess. And it is the freaking beautiful card. All right, so we have the message here is you are here to march to the beat of your own. You are here to march to your own beat. You can be happy and free whether the world looks at you with awe, admiration, confusion, or love, or all of these at once. Others can love you even if they can't always understand you. Being different doesn't have to mean being alone. It's only when you try to change yourself to fit into a stereotype that you will lose your way, becoming unhappy, discovering obstacles, and feeling increasingly rejected or defeated. The universe doesn't want you to be someone else. It wants you to be you. When you quit trying to fit in and enjoy being yourself, you win. Pile number 2. I love that message for you. Pile number 2, that is what I have for you. Don't forget to claim this in the comments. Let's see, what is going to be your affirmation for the next 3 months? You know what? I am freaking beautiful. That is you, right? Because that is exactly what you are stepping into. And as you step into that vibration, you do what's right for you, and you embrace all of you, and you prioritize yourself. But pile number 2, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things that YouTube loves. That helps me so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Let me know what else you'd like to see next. Stay tuned for the poll that I always post in the community tab. Thank you for being here. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Medicine Woman card, and this is probably one of the most beautiful cards in this deck. So just wanted to say I love it. We're going to place that over there. That is a part of your reading. We are going to close the reading out by reading what is in the booklet from for that card. So as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. I did do a reading breakdown that is going to break down exactly what is going to be covered in this reading. I highly suggest that you check that out. It is time-stamped below. We are going to kick the reading off by looking at your current energy, and that is meant to help you confirm if this is the right pile for you. If this part does not resonate, it's possible that the rest of the reading is probably not going to resonate for you. So try choosing a different pile, or it could just be that this reading doesn't have a message for you, which is okay. And also for this reading, since it is timeless, I am going to refer to month 1, 2, and 3 instead of actually calling the months by name, because it's the next 3 months of whenever you're watching this video. Let's get started. So let's see what the current energy for you is. Oh, okay. We have the dragon. We have the zebra. And limitless with the unicorn. Pile number 3, who are you? Are you actually a medicine woman? Pile number 3, let's talk about this energy. I know you all like it when I mention the zodiac signs. With the dragon being here, in this deck, it is represented by spirit. So to me, that kind of means that all of the elements are represented. So All zodiac signs are represented. With the zebra, it is a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And with limitless, I would also say that's a very fire energy. So some more Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But again, with the dragon being here, everything is represented. All 12 zodiac signs are represented. So let's get started. Pile number 3. I just can't believe the energy that we have here. This is like so powerful. Pile number 3, you are in a place where you have a vision, where you are fully invested in making the most out of your life and in creating something in your life that can be very specific. Or this could just even be, no, you know what? Because the visionary, both of these cards, all 3 of these cards can speak to a vision. There's something that you have your eye on. There is something that you are clear that you want to experience, that you want to have in your life, that you are fully invested in creating. And I want to talk about the dragon. First and foremost, this is a group where at this time, your third eye is open. Your third eye is doing what third eyes do. For some of you, you may even be feeling like physical pressure around the area of your third eye. You could be experiencing more dreams. You could be experiencing more visions, more prophetic dreams. There could be, like, you are just connected at this time. You are fully plugged in at this time. And you've recently undergone an awakening, and you're operating from a place of this new information that you have received during your awakening. And with this dragon being here, there's a lot of recognition of what the ego self is and what the higher self is. And I feel for you, pile number 3, you are quite connected to your higher self at this point in time. You are quite connected to your spiritual team, to your spirit animals, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your higher self. You are plugged in. And I feel like this is because you've been doing the work. And you are so tuned in, not only to the self, but to the higher self, the self behind the self, the higher self, the true self. That is what you are plugged into now, and you are manifesting from a place of those visions. And for some of you, what you may have already noticed and what you may already be experiencing is that your manifestation, you are drawing in, you are manifesting a lot quicker than you previously were. There's a lot of transformation here. For some of you, you have been practicing alchemy. For others of you, this could be doing some sort of magical practice. There's something that some of you are actively doing. This could be prayer. This could be affirmations. There's something that's being done here, though, that is bringing in results. And that's keeping you connected. For some of you, there could be yoga here that you have recently started practicing. There's some sort of practice. It's going to be different things for different people. But I think for pile number 3, there's some level of practice that is helping you connect and helping you reach your full potential, and that has awakened your third eye. For some of you, your kundalini. There's been a kundalini awakening as well here. You are plugged in at this point in time. And here's the thing, you're also going through like a spurt of creativity. There's a lot of growth here as well. This is like the Midas touch. Anything you are touching is turning to gold right now. And I think you're feeling pretty enthusiastic. I think you're feeling pretty hopeful, pretty optimistic about what is to come. And I think for my pile number threes, you are ready for this new adventure. You are ready to embark on what's coming next for you. There's a lot of magic here. Some of you are actively doing some sort of magical practice and it's working. For others of you, you could be working with your natal chart. Some of you could be looking at your transits. There's something here that you're actively doing. Some of you could be card readers. This could be runes. This could be working with a pendulum. This could be healing. This could be energy healing. For some of you, you're going and learning about some sort of practice. It could be shamanism. But whatever you're doing, pile number three, it's helping you. It's helping you move forward. It's helping you create. It's helping you align yourself to the vision you have for yourself. And also, you're getting a clear vision about what's next and what you want to pursue. And there's a lot of forward movement here. And this is a time where it's like you are unstoppable, pile number three. Like things are just happening. Things are flowing. Things are getting to where they want, to where they're supposed to be and where you want them to be. And there's almost like a miraculous, magical element to this. For some of you, you could have a unicorn or a dragon as a spirit animal. And yes, the mythical creatures can absolutely serve as spirit animals. But let's jump into this because I want to see. So let's take a look at the next month. So month number 1. What's the theme? What's the energy? Let's take a look. 7 of Cups. Yeah. You are manifesting. You are manifesting. Ace of Cups. Yep. Pile number 3. Month number 1, the next month, right? Whenever you're watching this, the first month. There's going to be an energy here of, again, you are just manifesting, you are creating. And I think that one thing that's going to be important for this group is to really get clear about what is right for me, right? Because I think that you are manifesting at a rapid rate. And I think that you have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of things that you want to explore. And for the most part, there's a lot that's showing up, and it's showing up pretty quickly in your life. So getting really clear about, you know what, this is what I want to focus on right now, I think would be extremely helpful. But I think this next month, this first month for you, pile number 3, is your imagination working overtime and you receiving information. I think your third eye is going to be active. I think your third eye is going to be communicating with you. And I think a lot of information is going to be gained. It's very important to take care of yourself. It's very important to fill your own cup. It's very important to practice self-care, self-love over this month, because I think there's going to be so much coming up that it can be easy to kind of spread yourself thin or to kind of focus on outside opportunities. So make sure that you are not neglecting your self-care. But this is also a month where you are quite tuned into your higher self. And as a result, you are bringing in these opportunities. And I do want to say, I think for some of you, this first month is going to feel a little bit overwhelming because of everything that is showing up for you. And it's interesting for this group. There's a reminder here that you don't have to choose just one thing, that it doesn't have to be perfect, that you can experiment, you can give different things a try and figure out what's the right one for you. And using your intuition as you are exploring what is available to you, right? Is equally as important to know that, this is the one that feels right for me, or I tried this and it wasn't for me, or I tried it and it doesn't feel right, so I'm going to walk away from it. But this first month, there are unexpected opportunities that are going to be showing up. There's a message here for my pile number threes. Make sure that you are choosing with your heart, that you are choosing what feels right, that you are choosing what is in alignment with you, because there may be opportunities that present better or look better, but not all that glitters is gold. Not all that, there's things that are going to show up that aren't necessarily right for you, which is okay. Even if it seems like it would be a more lucrative opportunity, or even if it seems like it would be a better opportunity, you know yourself best. You can trust yourself. I also think that this first month, there's going to be an opportunity for some of you to make a new connection. Take that if it resonates. We will do love and relationships in a bit, where we're going to dive into the next 3 months in love and relationships. But there is an opportunity for someone to come in. For those of you that are actively dating, you may have more than one option during this first month. Again, just because something looks good on paper doesn't necessarily mean that that's the right choice for you. So being discerning, trusting your intuition, super important. But I feel like this first month, there's also a lot of creativity and a lot that's going to be kind of calling to you. So for this group, it's really about, really allowing yourself to explore, but also allowing yourself to figure out what is the right thing. Don't spread yourself too thin though, like 1 to 2 things, maybe 3 things, but don't pick all 7. Don't pick all the opportunities that show up. Make sure that you are prioritizing the ones that feel right for you. And for some of you, this is going to play out in relationships as well, where you may meet multiple people, especially for those of you that are actively dating and actively seeking a partner. Let's take a look at the second month. What is here for month number 2? We have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Pile number 3. The next 3 months for you, things are just flowing. Things are showing up. I love this. Let's see what this is. Wow, the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups for the second month. New beginnings. You're going to have the opportunity to explore new things, to plant new seeds, to try new things, to explore new ideas, to create new routines for yourself, to create new relationships for yourself. For some of you, month 2, there's an opportunity to create some sort of income or some sort of source of money, or to have a new beginning. For those of you that are entrepreneurs, the next 3 months are going to be incredibly lucrative. Like I feel like there's going to be a lot of progress and a lot of opportunities that show up. For you, pile number 3, make sure that in the next 3 months you are making time to rest and to take care of yourself, because this is going to be like, there's a lot that's going to be showing up that is going to demand a lot of your time and a lot of your energy. It all feels good, but it does still feel like it can be very overwhelming, as far as like it's just like it's rolling, it's going. So making sure that like you're getting sleep, you're giving yourself a break, you're making sure that you're getting your meals, you're drinking your water, all those things. But month 2, There's a new beginning. For my pile number threes, this new beginning for some of you is going to be in relationships. For others of you, it's going to be a passion project. For others of you, it could be even like going back to school. For someone here, it could be starting your own business. For some of you, it's going to be multiple things in different areas. But whatever is happening, it's connected to your heart's desires, it's connected to your passions, and it's connected to the things that you love. For some of you, you could be opening up a business. Have fun, enjoy the process. That's coming through. Like, make sure that you are enjoying the process and you're having fun with it. There's a lot of potential here for success. So what you do over the next 3 months is really like, this is a time where whatever you do for the next 3 months is going to give you a payback. It's going to really dictate what happens in your future. So really taking the time to invest and to see this all the way through, whatever it is that you decide to, like, whatever seeds you decide to plant, really watering them, really taking the time and being very intentional and remaining focused on what you do want to create is very important. And really holding on to that faith, that optimism you move through these next 3 months. For some of you, I think over the next 3 months, especially second month, you're going to feel more energized. You're going to feel better overall. Like, when it comes to wellness, there's like a feeling of just more energy and excitement here. I want to see what this third month is. This is amazing. Pile number 3. The Lovers. Yeah, for some of you, there's someone coming in. The 5 of Cups. All right, let's talk about it. So this third month, I'm going to talk about the third month and I'm going to combine all of these together. But this third month, I think there's going to be some choices. And I think that choice is going to be a bit of the focus over the next 3 months. Like, you will have choices because it's not just this one thing that's available to you. And one thing I want to say, especially for this group, is that I don't feel there is one choice for you, in the sense of like, it's not just this or everything else is bad. It feels like there are multiple things that you can embrace, that you can explore, that would be successful for you, that would make you happy, that would lead you down a good road. So it's going to be up to you to decide what it is that you want to explore. Now, I also think there will be things that could show up that maybe isn't the best, but I don't think there's just like one thing that's right. It feels like there's going to be multiple opportunities that show up for you that could be good outcomes, that could lead to good outcomes for you, pile number 3. But in this third month, I will say, I think you're going to be in your feelings, and I think some feelings are going to be coming up. So it's important to kind of, I don't want to say anticipate it to the point where you're not able to be fully present, because I don't think it's anything that would be like bad, but I do think there will be some feelings that are coming up, and holding space for yourself during that third month to be where you're at, very important. And for those of you that this has to do with like dating and with meeting people, it could be that there's a little bit of a disappointment, or it could be that you have to walk away from one person. Like, maybe you are getting to know more than one person and you have to make a choice, or there could be a little bit of a disappointment, or it could just be that some feelings are coming up where there's things that are coming up from the past that are coming up for healing. But with this 5 of Cups on this third month and the Lovers card, allowing yourself to be where you are at and to feel the feelings as they come up is super important. But over the next 3 months for my pile number 3, a lot of forward movement, a lot of opportunities that are going to be showing up, a lot of self-care, self-love, opportunities for new beginnings. I do think towards the third month, you may decide to walk away from something, someone, where it's like, you know what, this is no longer right for me. And even though this is no longer right for me, and even though I know I'm doing the right thing, it still kind of feels, I'm still kind of in my feelings about having to walk away. Only take that if it resonates, because I think for some of you, this 5 of Cups, this Lovers card is just speaking to like, it could just be one of those months where, things are coming up and you feel emotional. I don't necessarily feel like there's anything too crazy that causes it, because I feel like you're in control of it, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like you're blindsided. Like, this feels like you're very much in control of it. But your heart space, your heart's desires, your heart center, your heart chakra, super important over the next 3 months, as well as your third eye for this group. New opportunities are going to be showing up. New beginnings are going to be very much possible, and you're going to be able to ground in what it is that you're trying to create and what new opportunities you're trying to create. You're going to be pretty busy, pile number 3, that's coming through. So prioritizing rest and making sure that you are nurturing yourself wherever possible. There's something very like magical. For some of you, there's also going to be more money coming in over the next 3 months. Let's actually jump into that. Let's look at career and finances over the next 3 months for my pile number 3s. Wow, the Lovers. It's very interesting. So far, every single pile, it's the same card from different decks has been coming up at least once or twice in each reading. The 10 of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Easy does it. Slow and steady wins the race. This is not a good time to rush. Pay attention to every detail. Careful not to get involved with any get-rich-quick schemes. Then we have Justice. Something in your life needs to be brought into alignment. Your career may be in law, such as police, military, or court, or the criminal justice. Be sure to be honest and ethical in money matters, or you'll face the consequences. I also think there's some justice being served that's part of what all of this is bringing in, or what is going to bring all of this in. We have be a sport. You are being asked to have more fun or focus on being a team player. You could be great at any sports career or in the field of health and fitness. Improve your finances by considering working as a team or doing collaborations. Stability. Your financial future promises to be stable and prosperous. Take control of your finances to create stability in your life. Excellent time to take action on any money-related ventures. Let's talk about this. Pile number 3. There is so much cups. There is so much heart energy in this reading. Heart chakra, heart's desires, feelings, heart energy, alignment in this reading. When it comes to career and finances, there's going to be a choice to be made. What that choice is going to look like is going to be different things for different people. For some of you, it could be that you are offered a promotion at a current existing place of employment, and it's going to be up to you to decide if it is right for you. I think for most of you, if you are offered a promotion, you will accept it. For others of you, there's something that is tied to a passion project that has an opportunity to bring in a lot of not only abundance in the sense of like finances, but abundance in the sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. Like, I'm doing what I am supposed to be doing. I am in alignment. And because of that, I feel good. I'm flowing. For some of you, you may be offering a service. Someone here may be like a marriage counselor. Someone here may be some sort of therapist, some sort of coach. This could be like a nurse. This could be a teacher. There's something here about helping professions. It could be something in the justice system, though I'm getting that with that justice card, what I'm really getting is that whatever this is, whatever this period in your life is, it's like you've earned this through good karma. And karma's not good or bad, right? Our perception of karma is what is good or bad, but it's like you have earned this. If something is coming in that you have earned, do not be afraid to collaborate, especially for those of you that are like in your own business or like you've been considering collaborating with someone, or someone may come up to you and try to collaborate with you over the next 3 months. Be open to the collaboration. But there's a lot of stability. There's a lot of satisfaction. There's a lot of fulfillment. There is this sense of alignment coming in. For some of you, you could have a spiritual profession or a side gig that has to do with spirituality. Again, it could just be a helping profession as well, where you are offering a service and you are doing what you love. This could also have to do with like working with animals. That's coming through. Working with children, working with people, working with the elderly. It feels like there's something that is very much in alignment. For some of you, also like a chef or like making meals, creating meals. There's something here that is very Queen of Cups, very nurturing, very loving, very much like a lot of Cancer, Pisces energy to this when it comes to like the type of career. It could be something very creative as well. But whatever this is, it feels like it's very much in alignment, and it's going over the next 3 months. Your career and finances, they're going to be flowing. They are going to be doing what they are supposed to be doing. They're going to be working for you, and you are going to feel it's a good time. Pile number 3, the next 3 months for career and finances for you, things are falling into place. There may be a choice that you have to make, but you will make the right choice for you. And I also want to remind this group that for this group, it's not just one right opportunity. There could be multiple. It's about you choosing the one that's right for you and what you want at this point in time. And sometimes something on paper may seem better, but in reality, you may know that you are better off somewhere else, if that makes sense. Trying to see if there's anything else coming through before we move into love and relationships. There's going to be recognition here for some of you. There's some form of recognition. There could be a bonus that comes your way as well. This could be a raise over the next 3 months. Or this is something that you do in your career, in your place of employment, in your business that really leads you leaving like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I belong here. That's beautiful. All right, let's take a look at love and relationships and see what we get. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. Wow. What else do we have? The Four of Swords. The Chariot. Acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. And finally, we have stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. Let's talk about it. Okay, just making sure. I thought there were 4 of these. Pile number 3. Let's talk about it. So this is a general reading. It's going to be different messages for different people, especially for this part. Take the messages that apply to your situation and that resonate with you. For those of you that are single, actually, I'm going to break the single group into 2 piles. For those of you that are single and you are seeking a relationship, you are open, you are wanting to date, I think the next 3 months are going to bring in some opportunities, but I don't necessarily see anyone super significant coming through. Um, I have to say that, like, if you are open to dating and you're seeking a partner and you're dating and you're doing what you need to do, it doesn't necessarily feel like there's anyone super significant that comes through. Though that there, somebody could show up towards like the very end of the 3 months, and it could be more into like the 3 to 6 month mark that this person shows up or that you connect with this person. But I don't feel anything super significant towards the beginning of the next 3 months. I also feel like for some of you, if you are single, even if you are seeking, there's almost this energy of like, my focus is elsewhere. So I'm kind of not putting as much energy into love and relationships as I usually would. So it could be that, you're focused on career, you're focused on finances, you're focused on other areas of your life. So there isn't like a super big focus on like, let me make sure that I'm dating. Like, it's not the priority of the next 3 months for most of you. If I'm being honest, that's what I'm seeing. And I also think that over the next 3 months, you are going to be way more selective. Not that you're not already selective, but I think that you're in a place, pile number 3, for those of you that are seeking a relationship, where you're not even wasting your time unless you think it's worth it, where you're not like giving it the time and energy unless you think it's absolutely worth it. And I think over the next 3 months for this group, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to connect with like loved ones, friends, acquaintances, like even coworkers or like somebody that you can collaborate with. That's what's coming through. And I think for some of you over the next 3 months, especially if you're single, there's a level of like, you know what, I'm good where I'm at. Like I'm here. This may not be exactly where I want to be, but I'm here and I'm gonna make the best of it for right now. Again, it feels like for this group, there's a focus elsewhere, and that's not to say that you may not date or that you may not get to know someone, but I'm not necessarily getting for most of you that there's going to be something super significant over the next 3 months. Now, for those of you that are single and you're kind of on the fence, I don't necessarily think that the next 3 months is a time where you are going to be super focused on relationships or you are going to change your mind about wanting to date, wanting to connect with someone. It feels like the focus is going to be on self. It's going to be, let me take care of myself, let me nurture myself, let me focus on these other areas of my life that are currently calling that are calling my attention, that are requiring my attention. Because again, there's going to be a lot happening for this group, and I think for some of you, the focus is going to be more on creating stability for yourself and creating strong foundations for yourself and manifesting things outside of a romantic relationship, rather than super focusing in on a romantic relationship. For those of you that are in a relationship, I think things are going to kind of be smooth. I don't want to say smooth sailing, but things are going to kind of be. I don't get major changes for those of you that are in a relationship. It doesn't feel like there's anything that happens that's super significant. I think it's like whatever is happening, it's going to be more of that. I think things are going to be flowing in the way that they are currently flowing. I think for many of you, and I honestly don't think that this is a pile where you're either in a relationship or if you are, there are issues in that relationship, because it just feels like things are doing what they got to do. It's like we're getting along. Things are good. The relationship is doing what the relationship has been doing, and it doesn't seem to be like something that comes up that's a super focus here. But I think overall for my pile number 3s, whatever your situation is when it comes to love and relationships, I think there's going to be a focus outside of that area where I don't think the main focus over the next 3 months is going to be in love and relationships. And I think there's going to be a lot of just doing what you are called to do and then kind of going within practicing self-care. And I think for over the next 3 months, you're probably not going to be super social for my pile number threes. Not because anything is happening, but I think just because there's so much that you're doing. There's so much that you are taking care of that I don't think the next 3 months are going to be like a super social time for my pile number threes. Though I do think for some of you, there may be like a business partner that comes in or some form of collaboration, or it could be that you're spending more time with like coworkers. That's coming through. All right, let's take a look at any changes that are coming through over the next 3 months. Any possible changes? Strength card. And then we have the King of Wands. Yeah. You are building the empire. You are gaining the confidence that you need to gain. But the thing is, pile number three, it's not just I have this vision and this is what I want and I'm going to get to it. It's I have this vision, this is what I want, and I'm creating it. I'm making it happen. I also think for my pile number threes, you're going to be more observant of your feelings, of your emotions, and you're going to be more in control of them. In the sense of, I think you do have strong emotions. I do think you have a lot of guidance. Like, this is a group where I would say you are absolutely clairsentient, clairvoyant as well. But I think that you're going to really be able to separate the emotions from the actions and do what you are called to do. And you're stepping into your courage. You are going to be like, these next 3 months for you, I don't think you can even imagine how much change is actually going to happen here. And there's going to be a building up of like confidence, of feeling more confident in yourself and gaining new skills that are also going to help you feel more confident in your abilities. For some of you, the change is going to be in like business, finances. Some of you are going to be starting your own business. The King of Wands can be an entrepreneur. And I think some of you are going to step into that. Regardless, though, there's a lot of passion here, and there's a lot of leading through passion, like leading through a place of like allowing your passion to lead the way. Let's take a look at an opportunity that is going to come your way over the next 3 months. Temperance. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Pile number 3. There's going to be an opportunity for you to create something brand new. For you to kind of mix together two aspects of yourself to create something new. For this group, over the next 3 months, if you've been thinking about, I know I keep saying this, but I have to emphasize this. If you've been thinking about starting a business, like offering a service, changing careers, going back to school, changing jobs, something along those lines, the next 3 months is the time to do it. And I think a big opportunity that's going to come in is going to be an opportunity to create change that is going to lead you to new foundations, that is going to lead you to creating something that is going to stand the test of time. And it's going to help you create more harmony and peace within your own life. There are opportunities that are going to align you to your purpose. And that's what the energy you're in. You see this coming. You know this is coming. You are actively working on this. For some of you, there's going to be a transformation of your finances. That's absolutely coming through. There is a transformation for the better of your finances. And that's how this opportunity is going to show up. Now, exactly what the opportunity is going to be, different things for different people. But that's something that's coming through here very clearly. This opportunity is actually going to inspire you to take action and to make significant changes. And this opportunity is in alignment with your purpose, with what you are here to bring to the world. Let's take a look at advice for you. Yeah. There's a transition, there's change, there's growth happening here. You are moving from one to the next. Things are going to get brighter, pile number 3. Things are going to get clearer as well. For some of you, there's communication coming in. An opportunity can come in through like a phone call, a text message, an email. There's something about communication coming in. And higher power. You are connected. I said this at the beginning. This is a group where you are fully plugged in at this time. So I have 2 cards here, and these cards are going to represent just advice, but also something that you can meditate, contemplate. Let's see what the first one is. First one is, what if it isn't true? Ew, and it says, the thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, it won't get there, you're not enough, and it's not for you. What if it wasn't true? Today's soul action, it's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? Wow. And pile number 3, when was the last time I danced freely? Dance, because it will shift you into a beautiful state, because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart, because fear lives in the head along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. It's just a few minutes of dancing and it will make the shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness, and it is a gateway to freedom. To become free, dance. Today's soul action, dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Notice the inward fire grow within and the feeling you feel being you. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. Also, pile number 3, grounding your energy. And especially if you find yourself like really in your feelings or really in your head, like grounding your energy through movement, through exercise, or through stretching can be very helpful, I think, for this pile. But let's see what your card says. And it says it's the Medicine Woman card, and we are going to read from the booklet, and this is the Love Your Inner Goddess deck. Let's see what your message says. So here we go. Medicine. I have been reading that as Medicine Woman this whole time because I'm special like that. It's Medicine Wisdom. Wow. Okay. Medicine Wisdom. The Earth Mother agrees to support your wants and needs, to help you live your best life and fulfill your dreams. Her generosity and power to assist you is beyond what you can imagine. She is already leading you toward your sacred life purpose, providing exactly what is needed for your soul to blossom, just as she creates what is needed for the flowers of the earth to bloom. This is confirmation that you are on your sacred path. It may take some twists and turns, but you are headed in the right direction and you are being supported in all ways to gain all experiences and blessings that are meant for you. Pile number 3. Actually, you know what? I'm going to read this a little bit for you. You are a wild woman. You have the spiritual gift of medicine wisdom, the healing way of the sacred feminine. This soul wisdom and healing ability comes from our mother nature. Her seasons and weather, her landscapes and particular life that they support, including her animals, plants, and crystals, all have their own unique purpose and healing power. Learning to recognize the signs, to feel for their meaning, to listen for guidance and activate the medicine wisdom in yourself and your life is your training as a true medicine woman of the soul. Listening, intuiting, feeling, experiencing, trusting, these are the ways that you begin to tap into and harness the grace, beauty, and power of the sacred feminine for healing purpose. I love that. Pile number 3, claim it in the comments. I am limitless, because that is what you are. Pile number 3, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things that YouTube loves and that help me out. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. Stay tuned for the next poll in the community tab that I always post. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.